Hey moms, welcome to Penny Calling Penny, the podcast where we make managing money simple, relatable, and empowering. My name is Bhavna, and today I want to share something very personal, the story behind why I started this blog and podcast. Penny Calling Penny wasn't just an idea, it came from my heart, my experiences, and my belief that personal finance can change lives. If you haven't had a chance to watch my video where I share more about who I am as a person and what I do, I'll leave the link below for you to check out. Now let's dive into the why behind Penny Calling Penny, why its focus is on moms, and why this journey is centered on the US even though I live in India. So everybody's like, Bhavna, why focus on the US when you are based in India? Here's the thing. While the countries are different, the core of money management is universal. The emotion behind saving, budgeting, and financial security is the same. Sure, the terms may vary. What we call fixed deposits in India, you'd like to call it certificate of deposits or CDs in the US. But at the end of the day, it's about building stability and planning for the future. I also have a personal connection to the US. My work experience has always been with the US clients, and I've formed strong friendships along the way. My brother in law lives in Atlanta, and I love visiting him and my friends in the States. Funny enough, when I talk to my US friends about money, they're often surprised when I mention that many Indians avoid debt. Everybody is like, why don't you Indians have debt? And it's true. Credit cards and loans became common here only in the late 1980s. Historically, we've been a society that spends only what we earn and saves the rest. In fact, debt used to be such a taboo in India that even families wouldn't agree to a marriage if they found out the groom's family was in debt. Yes, imagine the stigma. I know it's a very strong statement, but back then India was a highly patriarchal country, and financial habits were deeply rooted in the idea of responsibility and stability. That mindset shaped a unique financial culture that's still present today. Now, why my target audience is moms? This part is pretty close to my heart. I'm not a mom yet, but I hope to join this incredible journey one day. Because moms are the backbone of their families, and financial strength gives them the power to navigate anything life throws their way. In India, for example, education levels between men and women are almost equal, about 50% of men and 49% of women. But there's the catch: less than 35% of women work, while over 70% of men have jobs. Now, this imbalance leaves many women financially dependent, even though they are just as capable. Growing up, I saw moms do their magic. My mom, for example, would secretly save money in a wardrobe or a purse. And guess what? That hidden money often came to the rescue when families needed it the most. This idea of financial independence for moms is something I want to bring to every listener, whether it's learning to budget, save, or invest. I want moms to feel empowered to take control of their finances. A lot of people also ask me why focus on US moms. So, the US has its own unique challenges when it comes to money. Take the 2008 recession. It hit the US hard. While India felt the ripple effects, we weren't as impacted because we have a savings first mindset, always. But that doesn't mean we can't learn from each other. I've realized that while moms everywhere are juggling so much, financial literacy often takes a back seat. That's exactly where Penny Calling Penny comes in, to make personal finance approachable and actionable for moms who are already doing a million things at once. So that's my why behind Penny Calling Penny. It's about bringing my cultural roots, personal experiences, and passion for financial empowerment together to help moms everywhere feel confident about managing their money.